If you're lucky enough, maybe unlucky enough, to get Kingdra in the middle spot here with Giovanni and his Shadow Groudon team in Pokemon Go, we have a team for you that is straight up gonna wreck him below 1500 CP, you guys. So please like and subscribe as we see Annihilate. Annihilate is crazy. The thing is, you don't want to send this out against a Persian with Feint Attack. This is really just for Persian with Scratch. There wasn't always a viable option when going up against Scratch where the Pokemon would have Persian's one weakness, right? Super effective damage is going to be fighting against Persian because that's the only type that it's vulnerable to in super effectiveness. So you often thought like, hey, I do want to resist Scratch, right? So I need to go with Steel, I need to go with Rock, or I need to go with Ghost. But a lot of them that could use a viable fighting combo, like for instance this right here, Annihilate, it's using Counter. But then we also have these charge attacks that really don't take much energy to fire off, right? So that is all a good sign right now. And the importance of charge attacks and using those wisely or whatever, that'll be shown on screen. Essentially, you want to take advantage of that stun time, that stagnation period that happens after every charge attack, no matter who does it, you or Team Go Rocket. So yeah, you did see, of course, at these levels, like for instance, this account is level 48. That, of course, means that if you're lower than that, then you'll actually fight CP amounts that are a little bit lower than the ones I am. This Kingdra is 12256, you know, so like the fact that we're beating it below 1500 CP, essentially that just means that you could actually fight a Giovanni of lower CP amount, right, against you, but then you could use higher. Like if you had this Alolan Executor right here, who's to say you couldn't go past 2500 or whatever, just maxing it out if you want to. You have the candy and the Stardust and all that. The point of that, of course, is just that you can do this, okay? So have some confidence right here. Executor is mainly used for the resistances. You saw that we really did make a lot of use out of Annihilate, though. So, I mean, Annihilate really is kind of that, like, main course in the meal that we're serving up Giovanni right here. But there is going to be a secret sauce with Leafeon, man. We got to see what that is going to do here pretty soon. One thing you should know, of course, with Kingdra is that we are going up against Waterfall, so again, there should be this theme always with Team Go Rocket, and if you are ever struggling with it, right, is that you need to address the fight sometimes differently based on the move that Kingdra is using, or any of Giovanni's Pokemon, any that your opponent is using. This would go for people in PvP, or just any of that. Pokemon typings are important, so, you know, you definitely want to resist the fast attack typing as much as possible, you know, because most of the time, a charge move is not going to land on you when you have your shields, and so Groudon, you do have a few types that are going to be super effective against it. It's just that the thing about grass, especially if you're going up against a ground type that uses ground type attacks, you know, Rhyperior is another example. The grass is going to resist the ground. So this would obviously be different, right, if that Groudon was using Dragon Tail. And so there's actually two other videos on this channel. If you ever need to kind of sub out one of these Pokemon, you're like, hey, who can I use instead of Annihilate and whatnot? We show lots of other options through doing this, but usually you want to more so just pay attention to like the principles that I'm explaining, right? It's not always just about like, hey, I'm just gonna copy his Pokemon exactly, you know? Everyone's in a different place. Like some people really need budget teams, some people have access to like a huge city where they have plenty of resources available and things for Pokemon Go. Point being, everybody's in a different place, so I do try to make videos that can be as broad as possible to reach as many types of players as possible of the game. So I guess just to kind of put a button in it though, I mean, Leafeon just straight up G-Unit right here with Leaf Blade, so it's looking good. That's pretty much just gonna finish us off right here. So again, ladies and gentlemen, please check out the full playlist by clicking an end screen on screen, top pinned comment, and all of that. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for viewing.